Peace, brothers and sisters. This is Dr. Siddiqui Chebaye, and I would like to continue our session in reference to comparing the Bible diet with today's diet or eating habits. But before we get into it, I'm going to give you a chance to get your Bible and your pen and paper, to take some notes. But first of all, I want to let you know that first, the truth must be told. I'm going to give you some raw food for thought. It's not going to be mixed. It's not going to be seasoned. It's not going to be sweetened. It's going to be raw. So I would appreciate it if you would intentionally be open and flexible with the information I'm going to share with you. And you can take it and go further with it, build on it. I'm just going to give you a path where you can go and do your own thing. But please remember also to, like I say, be patient and be open-minded with yourself. Be patient with yourself and be open-minded, because the truth is the light, and the light must shine. We've been in the dark for too long. So now it's time for us to turn our lights on and keep them bright at all times. So my main purpose is to assist you in mastering your mind and your feelings. Because sometimes we overthink when it's time to feel, and sometimes we overfeel when it's time to think. So there must be a balance, and the balance is in the middle. When you're in the middle, you can go to either side at any moment depending on the purpose. So it's all good. And remember also that the greatest substance is faith. The greatest substance is faith. Why? Or what does faith mean? Faith is the complete confidence in something. And that something should be you, first and foremost. You are that something, because the first law of nature is self-preservation. Because when you know who you are, you know who God is. Why? Because God and you are one. So when you learn about yourself, you learn about God, you get 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Yes. So we must save ourselves to validate ourselves. Because for too long, we allowed everybody else to validate us, and that's a bad move. Never allow anyone to validate you. Know who you are. But you got to do some work. You got to do some research. Okay, now let's get into this book that we call the Bible. Let's start from the beginning, which is Genesis. What does Genesis mean? Genesis means the beginning, or in the beginning, or the roots. Because when you plant a seed or a thought, the first thing it does, it goes down first. It roots itself in first, and then it comes up. We used to be deep-rooted people, but now the enemy made us surface people. And that's why when anything happens, it takes us off our square. We get all upset, and we take it out on ourselves, and as a result, we take it out on each other. We have to stop that. That's done. No more regrets. Let's get our balance and know what our purpose is for being here. But first, you got to know where you come from. So in the beginning, I'm going to start from Genesis, the first chapter, the first and the 5th verses. So follow me. I'm not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to break it down so that you can get a little bit more clear understanding on what this book is all about. It's nothing but a psychology book. It's a book that'll give you cause and effect. It's nothing but a lot of experiences that people had, and you can have the same experiences. So let's get into this psychology book. And it says here, in the beginning, Let's start from the beginning now. God created the heavens and the earth. What is the heavens and the earth? The heavens is up, the earth is down. So he created both and all in between. That's the first verse. The second verse says, and the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep. That means that it was just here. It had no form. It had nothing was going on. You know what I mean? It was dark. You know, it was void. So, but what happened? It says, and the spirit, the energy, the force, the power of God moved upon the face of the waters. It moved upon the face of the waters. So that energy caused the water to do what? It caused it to move. Keep it moving. Water always moves. And it says, okay, that was verse 2. Verse 3 is, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. Wow. Wow. God said, let there be light, and there was light. But first of all, we got to know what light is. Light is hydromagnetic radiation. Hydromagnetic radiation. Light does not speed up. It does not increase its speed, and it doesn't decrease its speed. It's constant. But in order for light to function, it has to hit matter so it can reflect and fulfill its purpose to reflect on things, and now we can see it. So light and matter need each other. It needs each other. We are the matter, and let our light shine. So here we are, the ancestors having a human experience. So there was 3. Verse 4, and God saw the light. He saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Okay, well, we already know that darkness is just the absence of life. Ignorance is the absence of truth. That's just how simple it is. We got to turn our lights out and start developing our minds into truth, because we've been lied to, misguided, misdirected, bamboozled. We've been, they flipped us upside down, inside out. But we got to study and we got to actually practice the Sankofa principle and go back and get it. Because somebody took it from us. They didn't steal it, they took it by brute force. That's what devils do. So we got to go back and get it and bring it up and validate it. And therefore, since the devil represents the darkness and the truth represents the light, which would be us, then darkness would cancel itself out. So was darkness an illusion? That's just a question. I'm giving raw food for thought now. So you check it out for yourself. I'm giving you a means of starting your journey on bringing about your light, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, let's go to verse 5. I said 1 through 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. The evening, it goes over into the morning. So you got light. So in the middle, there was some darkness there. That's what they call night. From the evening to the morning, there had to be a night in the middle. But all of it, the earth would not even be seen if it wasn't for the light. The light wouldn't even have any function if it wasn't for the earth shining on the earth. So they need each other. And since we are sun people, we are the light. You get that? Since we are sun people, we are the light. That's why the devils, the enemy, the haters have a tendency to want to put our lights out. But they can never do that. The only way they can do that is we allow it to happen. So let your light shine. And we're going to continue this the next time, the series. I don't want to give you too much. I just want to give you bits and pieces of the puzzle so you can put it together, and we're going to see that big picture. We're also going to get into Daniel's diet as we go down the road, because a lot of people's asking me about the Daniel diet. So we're going to get to that too. But meanwhile, brothers and sisters, I want you to think about this for the next time. Can water run and be still at the same time? Let me say that again. Can water move or run and be still at the same time? Raw food for thought. My brothers and sisters, I appreciate you. Keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. Raw food for thought. Peace.